Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2015 Gold Edition on the Sosnovka map, with me, Jeremy, playing the PlayStation 4. When we last left you, we were discussing how much or what we could do in regards to fields 6, 12, 16, 21, 26 and 29. So what we're going to look at now is a great land grab. We're going to look at purchasing all of these fields, or as many as we can, and then because there's no trees between them and they're just dirt roads, then what my plan is to join them all together and make a super field. So starting with field 6, 1.02 hectares at $30,500. So we're going to buy that one. We sold the barley. We actually accelerated time to sell it, mainly because I sold all of my wheat, 100,000 litres of wheat. It just meant that it pushed the price up, so it was $874 a tonne to $901 a tonne with the great demand on. So we made a significant amount of money on that. So we talk about how it's going. We just spent the $30,000 there to purchase the first plot of land. Now this one here is $23,100 for 0.8 of a hectares. And as you can see, it's nice, it's grassed and drive between it. So we're actually able to go all the way through from one field all the way through, and we'll plough in them between, just like we did with field 15 and field 20. Yeah, field 20. $32,000 for 1.04 hectares for field 16, so slightly bigger than field 6. And obviously significantly bigger than field 12. So we've got 21 and 26 to go. 29 is in the $50,000 mark, so I don't have enough for that just at the moment, and I may not have enough for both of these. I believe field 26 is only in its teens. I did a quick run through to see. So $38,000 for this, so we've got $23,000 left. And what we'll do is we'll drive up. I think I have just enough money for the final field 26. And then what we've got is the ability to make a super field. So something a little bit different. I've never done this before, like to this extent. Oh. So 16, so for 0.57. So we're adding on. We're adding what 3 hectares plus 0.8, so adding 4.5 hectares on effectively. We're adding 4.5 hectares of fields into play. So now we have these fields here, and the next step will be to get the plough and plough the actual fields themselves. Now, as you can see, I haven't actually planted yet. I've started to fertilise. I am still waiting for field 14 to be fully ready, so that will take a little bit more time to grow. I also purchased a second flygel to sell, so I have 2 flygels there to be able to sell my goods. Now I only have a small plough, so this is going to take a little bit of time. Oop, got a bit quick in there and do a bit of a tailspin and slide around. So the other thing is the bigger plough. We're talking anywhere up to $81,000 for the 6-metre plough, and a lot bigger horsepower than we've got available. So at the moment I don't remember if I've got, I will actually have this one here, the AB85, so just under 2 metres wide. So we'll actually use that. But while we're thinking about it, we will finish fertilising the top field. May as well keep busy while we're at it. And then we will actually get our ploughing going. So as I said, a nice big land grab. We are now starting to really open up how much property we own on this map. It does not break very quickly, this. So when we look at it, there are 36 fields, and we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 fields. 10 fields out of 36, so we're nearly up to a third of the entire property itself available in the map. So that by itself is actually quite an achievement. We will empty the harvester out while we're going. See, it's just going that tipper now. It just allows me to get it all ready. So I mean, there's multiple things that I could do with that top field. I mean, I can plant grass all the way through. I guess that's something I could do, and just make it one giant grass field for all of my silage production and grass mowing. So certainly that's an opportunity we have. Just going to go get the plough. I don't know if I need the weight on the back to do it. So we could certainly do that, make it one giant field in that way, one giant grass field, and just have this huge expanse and open area. Or alternatively, we could do what I'm going to do now, which is drop the weight on the back and pick up the plough. Seems tippers you need the weight for, they just don't sit, some of them just don't sit high enough. Implements, the farm implements themselves, not so much. Alright, I will leave it there, and we'll set it up the plough in just a bit, and we'll come back when we're ready to go there. Right, so now we are ready to plough between the two fields, starting at 26 and 21. We'll lower the plough, line it up with our right wheel. I've turned it off so it allows me to go outside the field, and then we'll just drive it straight up and join it in there. Push the wrong button. Wanted to plough the actual field, and I didn't want that to happen. We'll come back over to the other side, and we will start ploughing there, and then we'll do all the middle. Okay. Got snacks. Yep, it is working. I just haven't gone far enough, close enough to the edge, but that's alright. We'll do another run across there. So with the small plough, it takes a bit of time to get it to work, and to obviously fill in all the middle bits. But as we showed earlier, this is a great way of making our fields significantly larger and obviously producing more crops as we plant. There's one more little bit to go. Just not quite catching that edge as we'd want it. It's alright. At the moment, the wife is getting things done. Slow it down a little and we'll make sure we get all these bits there done. That's much better. Okay, so that's looking much better there. So I took a number of turns there across. And then we just come back and we do the rest, and well, let's just fill in the middle. That's all this is going to be, is just fill in the middle. Nice and easy. It doesn't have to be pretty here. This is just about getting rid of the middle bit. It will take me a fair bit of time to actually do all of them, so I really just want to show you the first one. Then I'll go back about my business and fill in all the others, because obviously we do have a number of holes there to finish. But we'll certainly add a significant amount of area to farm. So it's been particularly hot here today, and will be for the next couple of days. It's up over 35, 36 degrees Celsius, probably still 33 or 34 at the moment, and it's close to 11 o'clock at night. So it's been very hot, and we're expecting to push 40 degrees Celsius over the next couple of days and into the weekend. So hopefully the air conditioning keeps working and we don't get too overcooked. Ooh, my wife's looking in her purse. Maybe there's some money for me. She's laughed at me. That's oh no, there'll be no money for me. But that's okay. She doesn't remember I've got access to the accounts. Don't let her hear me say that though. She may take that access away. So, as I said, it's riveting stuff this to plough. We're also waiting obviously for the rest of the field of canola to finish growing so we can harvest that. Yeah, we've only got $6,000, but we certainly have still a fairly large amount of silage still to sell. So that will make us a significant amount of money. And once we've done this, and I haven't actually started planting yet, because I want it all to try and finish very similar sorts of times, rather than end up in a situation where field X is finished here and field Y is finished there. I'd much rather them all be finished at similar sorts of times. And as I said, what I might do is plant and rotate the 3 crops through, the main crops there with the seeder I currently have, and look at which crop makes me the most money. I think it's quite a good little experiment to run, as we try and get as much of this grassed area as possible. Because we're not into sugar beets or potatoes yet, and still on the 3 main crops. We certainly have to wait. Now what I may do is end up selling this and purchasing a much bigger plough. I mean, the $80,000 seems like a lot of money, but when it comes down to spending 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes trying to plough this area here, and at just under 2 meters wide, and and the big one's at 6 or 7 metres wide, so you're 3 times as quick, and probably a lot more than that because you're not missing the little bits like this does. Just a fiddly little job. But considering we haven't played many sort of days on this, you certainly do make money on this this map and on the normal level fairly quickly, fairly easily. I mean, obviously collecting up and selling the straw makes it a lot easier. But we have done a fairly quick job of expanding this farm, and really, as I said, nearly a third of all the fields are owned. Soon enough we're going to get into corn. Once we're into the corn, we're going to really get the silage production up. That's the big thing, I think. Over the edge. That's the big thing that makes your money even quicker again. Mowing takes a long time to generate an income, whereas mowing and getting the grass for silage takes a long time. And obviously even with the dual mower on this tractor with the windrower, and I'll show you that in action, it takes a significant amount of time, whereas corn is so much quicker. And I've got to look up to see if it's quicker to do the mowing with say the Krone Big X to really get that going and mowing that way rather than doing it this way. So I honestly don't know what's the quickest way to mow grass. And I guess the one thing is you don't have to worry about windrowing with the Krone. It just lets it go and picks it straight up, which is, I guess, a benefit there. There's a little bit of grass there that we've got to come back and get. But on saying that, is windrowing and 3 blades a quicker outcome? So that's something to probably determine, as will what crop overall gives us the most money. Because when you look at it, canola certainly pays the most per tonne, but it gives you the least yield. I'm not having a good time getting that one little piece. And that's, I guess, the experiment to really show us, see what produces the most income for the planting. So the most bang for your buck, really. So this is going to be a slightly longer episode than some of the others. Just want to try and get this finished, and once that's done, I'll do the rest of it off screen and show you the net result once it's planted and grown. And you can do it all nice and neat and not go all the way over your fields if you don't want to, but in the end I don't see the real issue one way or another to plough out like this. And we should hopefully get the last little bit. Okay, so that is now field 26 and 21 joined together. So we've already made a much larger field here. And obviously we now have between 21-16, 16-12 and 12-6 to complete. and then once that's done, it will all be finished. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode. As I said, once I've done it all and we've planted and grown the crops, we will show you the outcome. I might start with canola as my crop of choice. So I'll do that. I'm going to sell my silage. I'm going to do a whole heap of mowing off camera, off recording, and do all of that. Once I've done all that, I will then come back and I'll show you the outcome and how it all looks and how it's all gone. Hopefully we can fill another silage bunker and it will all look good. But thank you very much for watching, and have a pleasant evening or morning whenever you're watching this.